Hello, let's talk about monthly goals today. Yay! Hello and welcome. My name is Mary Fran. This is my place to come talk about weight loss, life, fitness, being the most awesome version of me possible. And today we are going to talk about monthly goals. And typically I actually talk about the previous month goals and how I did and then roll into my next month goals. But in October, I did not meet a lot of my goals. So I'm going to actually talk about why my goals are the way they are. I actually set up goals that allow me to have a failure. Because you see, life is going to throw curveballs at you and you may not track, you may not lose, you may not do this. I need to have goals that I can succeed at no matter what. I need to have goals that if I miss a day, I'm okay because it's just a day. So my goals are very loose and fluid. So the first goal that I usually use, and I apologize, I'm going to be looking at my calendar, and inside my calendar on down here, I do have my goals listed. So the first goal that I always have is to track every bite of my food. This one is the only one that's kind of non-negotiable. And why I do that as non-negotiable is because I don't care when I'm tracking my food if I eat 6,000 calories or if I eat 1,200 calories. It doesn't matter. I need to track my food. And that is a consistency thing for me. And part of that reason is because typically when I track my food, I see my calories going higher and higher, or points if you are a Weight Watcher person. And I'm like, hold on, Bessie, we need to stop. And it kind of helps keep me in track. It helps keep me in line. So tracking for me is non-negotiable. 100% have to track. Number two, I have on my goal is to save money. And I'm going to actually change that right now to save money, pay off the car, because I can put money into my savings account, but I'm earning such a wee little bit of interest that it actually would behoove me to actually put more into the car because I'm paying a higher interest. So I have a set amount in my head that I want my savings account to be at, and if I have to dip below that, then I will be putting money back in to make that amount up. But in the meantime, I'm dumping all of my money into the car payment because it just makes sense to pay something that's a high interest versus saving and not getting any interest. So I'm actually, do the math, it figures out. The next goal is that I want to weigh less. And I try not to put any kind of weight goals. I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week, because sometimes our bodies don't lose the way we think they need to lose. Sometimes they don't even lose according to how we are acting. So I am just saying I want to lose weight. I want to be less at the end of the month than I am at the beginning of the month. Simple, easy, usually, to do. Very loose and flowing. Now, would I like it to be 5 pounds? Would I like it to be 10 pounds? Absolutely. But anything, I don't care if it's a half an ounce, we're going to lose weight. The next one is that I want to be active at least 4 days of the week. And Jason saves me a lot because we walk after work. I'm not sure how that's going to work with the time change, but that saves me a lot because at least I'm doing something. But my goal is to try to be active, try to do something active, because I sit at a desk job, so I need that activity. The next one is to keep my points or my calories, whatever I'm counting at the moment, in check for 6 days of the week. I know that things happen, and so I'm giving myself mercy. I'm giving myself grace, but I need to keep it in check the rest of the week. And that gives me that freedom to live life. It gives me that freedom to have a slip up and not go, Mary Fran, you messed up, just quit, we'll start Monday. And in the meantime, eat some chocolate, eat some Reese's cups, sweets, whatever. No, I had to give myself some kind of mercy and some kind of grace so that when I do stumble, I don't give up because it's all lost. I might as well just eat what I want. You have to give yourself grace. So I give myself, keep myself in line for 6 of the days. Gives me some little bit of wiggle room there. And then I almost always have on my goals to keep my step count going. Now I know that they say to do 10,000 steps. I know it. I work a desk job. I'm working at home, which makes it even more difficult to get steps in. And so I'm aiming for 5,000 at the moment. That's difficult. We do walk after work and that gets me about 3 to 4, but when you live and you work in a small apartment, it's kind of hard to get steps. I do walk back and forth to do laundry and stuff, but so 5,000 steps a day. And I do average that out, and sometimes my hikes on the weekends do save me a lot. Last month I did actually calculate my steps, and because of that first week of hiking while we were on vacation and running, I did actually make my step count. I didn't do much else. I actually did put a lot of money into the car, but I didn't do a lot of the other things like keeping my calories in check, but I did actually do my step count last month. So there are a few caveats. I do average out my step count. So some days if I have a higher one, that can make up for one of the lower ones, and that gives me that mercy and that grace because we have to be that for ourselves. But also in the summer months when we're bike riding a lot, if we bike 15, 20, 25 miles, sometimes I don't have time to get the steps in. It's just pretty much take your bike, go ride, come home, and you're done with the day. So I actually do take those out of the count because, once again, we have to show ourselves mercy and grace. So, step count. I have to backtrack and say that these are the goals, once again, that I set most months. Now, in October, I did not do much of these. I actually did manage to make my 5,000 steps. Thank heavens to vacation week of a lot of hiking and to some runs. And I actually did save money. Calories tracked, calories in check. Nope. And my weight shows it. It does. It's all good because it is a new month and let's talk about it. I am going to carry along these goals. These goals are going to carry for this new month. So I have these 6 goals. I'm going to track my food. I want to save money. I want to weigh less. I want to be active 4 times a week. And that's sad that I don't remember these goals. I have to look down at them. I want to keep my points and my calories in check, and I want to get my 5,000 steps average for the day. In November, I am also doing Yoga-vember. And that means that I am aiming to do at least 3 yoga sessions a week. I'm going to throw it out there that I am going to attempt to make all 7 days each week. But that said, let's be honest and say that I have to give myself that mercy, because if I give up one day, I'm going to feel like a loser and I'm going to give up for the rest of the month. So 3 times a week, I can handle that. I'm aiming for 7, but 3, because I need to give myself that mercy, because I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one is perfect, and we have to allow for that imperfection. Thank you so very much for joining me as I talk about my monthly goals and how I work them, what they are, and what I'm going to be doing in the month of November. Let's rock out this November. No excuses.